Hi guys, my name's Gemma Taylor. I've just reset up my YouTube channel. I did post a couple of videos before. Basically, my channel is going to consist of my poetry, but also my musings. My musings on life, on mental health, on all sorts of things actually, spirituality, astrology, lots of things that I dip my toes into, and well, more than dip my toes sometimes actually. I'm going to be talking about things like trauma. The use of medications with mental health, and why I think that there are better ways, why I think that a lot of issues are the way that we're living in a society as opposed to more community-based living. Lots of different things. There's probably going to be God knows how many videos worth of musings that I could potentially upload on here. So yeah, sure, if you like my content, then like, share, subscribe if you enjoy what I'm saying. So I'm going to start with a poem, but a bit of background on me first. I I've just come out. I did a couple of months on the psychiatric wards, the first time I'd been in for 12 years. I've got a long history with mental health. I was originally labelled schizophrenic when I was, let me see, 26. I'm 44 now. And then they changed the label to schizoaffective when I was on there this time. I'll talk more on all that sort of stuff at a later date. But this video, what I want to go into is intrusive thoughts. Not voices, that'll be covered by something else. That's a whole different experience in and of itself. But I want to go into intrusive thoughts. Mine started, well, I was having strange ruminations in my teens. In fact, for a very long time, I had a difficult childhood, trauma, neglect, different things that went on that laid the ground for what I would later experience. And yeah. So this first video, I want to talk about intrusive thoughts. I want to talk about how they come about, how they're connected to things like shame and guilt, and how those can become chronic, and how they carry over from early childhood in a lot of instances. But I'm going to start with a poem, which is kind of relevant. So I'll this is written by me. I don't know when I wrote it. I've got lots of poems. So I've also got a self-published book on Amazon if anyone's interested. It's called 50 Shades of Insight, and the subtitle's The Inner Workings of Schizophrenia. But this to open is the lantern. So, my scars do not define me. They add to who I am. My darkness does not bind me. It unravels in my hands. My weakness does not mean that I am at fault, and my experiences are not there to be blown away like salt. The past, it does not chain me, for I did find the key to open up the lock that kept those chains on me. All these things, though they may be seemingly deemed wrong, when viewed now with compassion, they are welcomed home. For I did realise that what I once rejected allowed me to learn lessons I'm blessed yet not perfected. So I still have more to learn and also much to teach. For within the paths that I have tread lie answers others seek. Forward now I move, while making it all count. As I spread words of awareness, my lantern shines around. So I hope you enjoyed that. And it's kind of like, the reason I've used it to open is because it speaks about dark times and things like difficult life lessons and shame and guilt and things, in my case, that I carried over, like I say, from early childhood. But how when you go within, and I've had lots of therapies over the years. I've done extensive shadow work. Shadow work, by the way, for anyone who doesn't know, is when you go into the dark recesses of yourself, and journaling is great for doing shadow work. I've done deep journaling over the years. It went real deep, and it's great for clearing out all those dark recesses of yourself, those negative core beliefs that need challenging. Because a core belief is something, could be anything as simple as, well, I say simple as, I mean, it can have a massive lifelong impact if you're not aware of it. Anything is like, I'm not good enough, or I should feel ashamed, or look out for those shoulds, because they can be quite detrimental. But core beliefs are negative beliefs that we carry about ourselves, that have formed within ourselves, that we very often don't stop to question. We take them as valid and true, when actually when you break it down and you go into the nuances and where did this come from, why is this here, can I challenge this, does it hold validity, and you find in the vast majority of cases, if not all, no, there is no validity to it. I remember saying to someone once, I mean, if you take the whole idea, the whole sort of umbrella statement of I'm not good enough, and how that manifests in an individual, how it plays out, how can anyone not be good enough at being who they are, you know? It's like every single one of us is totally unique. So for me personally, I'm the only one that gets the job of being me, and yet somehow I'm not qualified for that. I'm not good enough at it. And this is what I mean when I said at the start about society versus community, about how we've all been conditioned into this inauthenticity of, oh, what if I offend someone, or what if someone's watching, or what if someone sees that, what if someone hears that, oh God, what are they going to think of me? And all these crippling things that so many of us are living with. And it's why things like mental emotional health are on the rise. And I say mental emotional health because somehow, somewhere along the line, we've forgotten this view of just how well thankfully it is experiencing a resurgence. We are remembering.
Please try again.
But yeah, I have no idea what just, that must have been someone else's device. I'm at a friend's house. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there for a second. I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to get back. So speak to you in a bit.